Hi, our names are Ella.
I'm Chloe.
And I'm Tallulah.
And we're from the Santa Barbara Middle School Teen Press today. Very happy to be with Ady, BARKAN, and his wife, Rachel. Thanks for having us.
So on to our first question. So we are 12 and 13. Tell us about what you two wanted to be when you were our age.
That's a good question. I think I wanted to be a journalist. Should I take this?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember exactly when I started wanting to be a journalist, but definitely by the end of high school, that was my plan. And I was on the school paper all through high school and all through college. And then I worked as a journalist for a few years after college before I became an academic. So I think at that time I was already thinking about journalism.
I haven't prepared answers ahead of time, so be patient and please forgive my short answers. I think I wanted to be a lawyer, maybe doing criminal law.
You're fine with being the runner?
Oh, I'm good. As an activist and a lawyer, public speaking is central to your roles. Can you tell us about how your communication device works?
I can explain it a little. So it's just a Microsoft Surface tablet that has a bar attached to the bottom of it that is infrared, and so it picks up where Ady's eyes are looking on the screen, and so he can. And there's like a few apps that go with it, so he can sort of look at a keyboard and linger on a particular letter. And that lets him spell out words. And then it also like guesses words like your iPhone or whatever. So it's only been around for a few years, but it's really incredible technology.
You can come look at the screen and bar if you want.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's really cool. That's cool. Nice. It's like a computer.
Yeah.
Wow.
And always accessible.
Yeah.
So it has like a specialized software to it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what does it feel like to communicate through technology?
I'm very grateful for it. Life would be much worse without it. But I also just wish I could speak. Rachel actually teaches and writes about this question.
Yeah, so I'm an English professor at UCSB, and a little bit of what I work on is like the history of media and communication, so different technologies that people have used to communicate.
How do you feel before giving a motivational speech to lots of people?
I'm usually excited and a little nervous about whether it will go well.
Okay, on to the next people.
All right, so at the library talk, we learned that you two met while working on Columbia College's newspaper. Tell us about how you met through the newspaper and fell in love.
We first met through the newspaper. I was the opinion page editor, and Ady was a columnist, so he wrote a weekly column for the paper. But we didn't start dating until a couple years later. We were working on actually trying to start a magazine for the paper, which didn't end up going anywhere, but that's when we started dating. And yeah, we just had a lot in common. We were both very interested in politics and activism, and and then sort of moved all over the place together. We lived in Bend, Oregon for a little while. Then we lived in New Haven, Connecticut, and then we lived in New York for 5 years, and then we moved here. Yeah. Do you want to add anything? No.
Okay, so you started an organization called Be a Hero Fund. Tell us about the goals of that organization.
The goals are to get more people involved in activism and politics so we can win our struggles for democracy and social justice.
Who is someone you consider a hero?
One of my heroes was Cesar Chavez, a union organizer who fought for the rights of California farm workers.
What was your first step towards becoming a national activist?
Did you guys notice when he image back there? That's Cesar Chavez. The poster right there.
Probably getting a job with a community organization in New York that did political work. But the truth is that I started being active in high school.
In high school, Ady worked on a couple campaigns. He went to Claremont High School in Claremont, California. And that was at the time that California passed a ballot referendum outlawing gay marriage, and he was really active against that, and was sort of distributing yard signs. And did you do something at the city council around that? Yeah, like spoke to the city council. And then you also were involved with other like school board issues, right? So, yeah, so even like in high school, he was getting involved with local activism and statewide, I guess.
What are some things you think are important for kids our age to know about politics?
Two important things. First, politics matter a lot for your lives and the lives of everyone you care about. Second, you are powerful and can have a big impact if you get involved.
Thank you. And our final question, if you could give us one homework assignment, what would it be? And if you feel like it, why?
This is a question for the professor to answer.
I think a good homework assignment would be to get the newspaper and just read the whole newspaper every day for a week or something like that. And probably another good one would be also to watch the whole Democratic primary debate that's coming up, and just, come up with whatever kind of opinions you can about that, but just to make sure that you're really staying up to date on those kind of major news events, I think is a good way to go about it. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you guys.